Okay, hi everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
I have two special guests today. I have Anthony and Veronica. They are the founders of Act Out Madrid, or well, Act Out anywhere in the world now. Anywhere.
Act out in Spain right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So today they're going to share with us a little bit of what is Act Out and what it is that they do. But before they go into that, I just want to introduce myself for everyone who's watching for the very first time. I'm Denise. I am a parenting coach right now living in Madrid. And so I've been going live ever since they closed the schools down, just to kind of share my experience of what this madness has been like, as well as some tips to help us through this. And I also invite other experts to share what they're going through and also their own tips to help all parents with this. Yeah. So today we have Veronica and Anthony. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So what is it? What is Act Out?
Well, what is Act Out? I guess the best way to answer that is how it all started, really. And it started with our own experience, I guess, with just being shy kids from both of us, actually, which is kind of strange. We're both like, hey, I was shy too, you know? And it was because theatre has really changed our life. We're both actors. And when we were younger at school, we're both really, really shy. And when we started doing any kind of theatre in school, well, it changed our life, really, you know? I wasn't that shy. I mean, I just didn't really talk a lot. So theatre really brought me out my shell, I guess.
Yeah.
And since then, I guess we both had the same thing. And then I thought of this idea because I had a experience working in England with another company, and I just thought, why not try something with for children, to do theatre, you know, for children in English to build confidence. So that was the first idea, and then it kind of went on to learning English through theatre.
Yeah,
that's right. So
in a nutshell,
workshops are basically they're an activity for kids to really like work on. Since it's theater in English, so we're not an English traditional class. We don't use workbooks. Yeah. We don't follow that kind of curriculum. So it's more like
the fun, that as fun as it could be, but using theatre to learn, really. And theatre's our passion.
Yeah.
Right?
So through dance and song, and we write our own like musical shows for the kids. So at the end of every
fun
perform as well. And apart from the rehearsals, like we play all loads of games that are good for concentration, improv, teamwork, team building, expressing, and just kind of coming out of your shell. So that's us in a nutshell, basically.
And just very quickly to say as well, like this is, of course, it's theatre, but it's not for children that really want to be actors. It can be, of course, but it's for children that just want to play and have fun theatrically, I guess, you know, in a way where you can use theatre to do that, you know?
Yeah. I like how you mentioned like several times, it's really not about, oh, I want to be a star. It's more just like, I want to build my confidence and just like overcome if the child is like particularly shy, especially now with everything happening online. I think the future is that everyone will just have to be able to communicate well.
Yeah.
Agreed. And it's so important to think, I feel that's why theater is such a like well-rounded activity, because it's important to say that we're not just creating like future actors, we're creating future human beings, you know, like adults that can go up to an interview and sit down and introduce yourself and talk about yourself. I'm obviously American, so in the States they make it, you know how they make a big deal about public speaking and about getting up and debating, and
I think anywhere around the world, like just having theatre as a I guess a tool, you know, and I think it really helps with things in life, you know, when you grow up, like Veronica said, interviews and meetings, public speaking, all that. So theatre helps. It's helped us a lot. Generally speaking,
we just want to spread the love, right?
Yeah, and your classes sound really fun as well. So if anyone has any questions for Veronica and Anthony, just put them in the comments and then we'll get to them. I'll keep checking every now and then to see if there are any questions. So how is a typical class like?
Well, I guess I'd say pre-COVID.
So we got two versions.
Yeah, now we got two versions. So our pre-COVID workshops or so basically, as I said, we there's two parts of the class, which is like the theatrical games we have, which are based on like a dance warm up and a vocal warm up and games to kind of warm up and get into the class. We always have like a rehearsal period in the class because we're always working on a show. These are all original shows written by our team, and
no musicals with some music.
Yeah, they've got music and it's all original and really fun. And then we always end up with like again more theatrical games like team building and all that. So,
yeah, the first few games are mostly warm-up games, you know, just to have fun and, you know, let's be monkeys, you know, and things like that, which is quite fun for us as well.
Yeah.
I like being a monkey every now and again. But then it's the rehearsal and a little bit of music rehearsal, and then we continue end the class with more theatrical games.
Yeah.
A bit more concentration based.
So that was our pre-COVID style class, which has always been that way. So now, due to the current situation, we really had to kind of brainstorm, and we've now converted our workshops into online live through Zoom. And we have a max. We've reduced the amount of kids in one session. So we have a max of 5 kids. Earlier in the face-to-face classes, it's up to 12 kids. And so on Zoom, we can have up to 5 kids. And we still keep the same style.
It is, yeah.
It's the same concept. And a lot of the games are, funny enough, you're still able to play them. We didn't think we could.
Actually, that's one thing that I was like, when this first happened, we were like, oh my goodness, how are we going to do this? How is this going to even work? And then you kind of sit down and you brainstorm, you think, okay, actually you can play that game, but you use maybe like a different way of doing it, or I don't know. And there's a lot of games that we can still play, and they're a lot of fun, and the kids are having a blast. They really are. They're really like just, I feel like they're interacting really, really well with us as well. And they're just like, I think it's working really well. So
we're still rehearsing a show as well. We were currently rehearsing a show with the kids.
Before,
it's called Go West. It's a Western. It's really fun. Obviously that got interrupted, and they would be we've been doing our performances now in May, which we've kind of stopped that now. So we've gotten into new shows now. So we're doing a new different show.
More of an online kind of version show, like a bit more news report.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it looks like, you know, they're like, hey everyone, welcome to the quarantine show or whatever. You know?
It's really fun.
So that's cool. Yeah.
We also like, obviously with our shows, you know, we have props and we have costumes, and now obviously encouraging kids like, okay, what do you have? Do you have a hat? Do you have a scarf? And
that's something they love doing. Like just like putting on like a hat, or just getting like a whisk for a microphone.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. It's like they really like love it.
Yeah. My daughter has like a cape that she loves to put on.
We are into, honestly, it's kind of nice to see.
Children love dressing up.
And it's really nice to kind of see what they have at their house, and it's like, oh, this is good. So it's basically the same. We've modified certain things, but honestly, thanks to technology, there's so many things you can even, you know, if you need someone to like, you can put people in the waiting room if you need to, like, what you normally do is like a kid, say you're playing a game, you need someone to exit. Well, you can do that with the waiting room and stuff like that. So it's actually been a very gratifying surprise to see how much we can do online.
And today for the parents, you actually have 2 games that you normally play, right?
Yes, we have 2 really, really fun games, and the kids love them. How about you go first?
Okay, so this is one of the games we play, which is so much fun because the kids can just use things they have in their house, which is probably the best thing in these times. Right? Instead of like go outside and go look for stuff. It's not like a traditional treasure hunt, but it's we call it the magic treasure hunt, and it's because it's a normal treasure hunt in a sense where you'd say, okay, everyone go and find us something soft, as an example. So if you want to play, Denise, that would be great.
Yeah, I am. I'm looking for something soft. Just give me well, okay. Now everyone will know where I am. I'm in my bedroom.
There we go.
Perfect.
Okay, so this is great. And I'm glad you grabbed something soft, cushion. Now, with that, we'll say, okay, we could obviously talk about the object as well and say, okay, what do you do with it? For example, you can ask questions. It gets children to, you know, like start talking, expressing what they think about it, whatever. Is it soft? What do you do with it? And then the next part of the game is, which is kind of 2 games combined into one, and that's why it's called the Magic for the Treasure Hunt. It's you basically have to use your imagination. So let me play with you, Denise, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the best way to describe something is play it. Okay, so great. You have your cushion. Okay, you sleep with it. You put your head on it to sleep. That's great. Now with your imagination, let's see if you can change it to something else. So, for example, if this was my object, this is a highlighter pen. Okay, what can I do with this that's completely different to what it really is? So this is a highlighter pen, and you write with it, you draw, and now this could be something else. So use your imagination, and now it's something different.
Yeah.
What is it?
Microphone.
So what can you do with your say thing?
So the funny thing is, I knew that this game was coming up, and yet I still don't know what I can do with
Listen,
my
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now that could be anything soft.
Anything.
Yeah.
To the point where you could like go to like extreme. Like I've made a pillow into like a. Go on, you got it.
Well, no, but this is a boring one because it's like instead of like a pillow like this, it's like the plain one. It's
There
like,
we go.
That's not bad.
There we go. It's a plain
You
one.
can even think more. Think out of the box. What kind of animal?
Yeah.
Could it be? What kind of
it's a snake.
There we go. You see that? We're gonna applause.
That was really theatrical,
Wait,
Denise. That was like
Denise,
really
that was like a real snake right there. That was really good imagination.
yeah. And
I love it.
Yeah, and you can get out of one object, you can get loads of ideas out of it as well.
Yeah.
There's certain things that you can make into, like you change something and it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's about using like voice and, you know, like sometimes I'll get like a cushion and then fold it and be like, dum, and they're like, crocodile, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not going to be perfect, but it's really good to like, I guess, train the brain. You know?
Yeah, I was just gonna say how much I love this game. Like we're gonna start doing this every day because it's so good. Because like even I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I can't think of anything. Like seriously,
You just gotta let yourself go and like to just like really go for it. So that's like one of our star games. Kids really love that. They almost like ask for it every week. They're always like, we did treasure hunt. It's really good. Another fun game that we suggest that anyone can place at home. Once again. You don't need anything. It's just whatever you can find in your house, which is a modification of charades. Everyone knows, charades. We normally have flashcards with objects on them, or food, or animals.
Oh, you act out like a movie or something like that, right?
And you have to. So in this case, once again, it's kind of like if it's my turn up, you can kind of look around where you are or in your house and think choose an object or something in your house. Don't say what it is, and then act it out. So if I was looking in my room now and I'm going to act it out, well then.
Boop.
A bottle.
Good job. My bottle.
I won.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
1 point to Anthony. Denise, you got 0.
I got the snake though. I got the snake.
Actually, you got 10 points right there. That
The throw was really good. So yeah, that's charades is really fun, and you can like really and start to think of things that aren't as obvious, and then act them out, and once again getting up and acting it out and really coming out of your don't judge yourself and just let go for it, whatever you're acting out, which. Believe it or not, a lot of people aren't used to doing, and they're just not like. It's just kind of good to let go and really feel free to be free and act out.
I was thinking that. I was like, okay, stop using act out now.
At least now we'll always remember what it's called, what your company's called. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So if people want to try your classes, where do they go?
Well, basically we have live at 7:15 on Wednesday. So every Wednesday we have a live on our Instagram, and it's a short little teaser class.
A teaser class, just to play a little game.
We normally do like a warm up, and then we play a game, and sometimes we connect with our other monitors because we have other monitors on our team at their home, and then we connect with them and we play games, and that's really fun. However, we also offer a free trial. So if anyone would like one of their several kids at home and they want them to try, we offer a 20-minute trial class online so they can try it out as we would do normally in our regular classes. Yeah. Our regular classes, the first class was always free. So for kids to try out and it's pretty good to see if people aren't used to doing now all these online classes, it's good to kind of get a feeler of how it works and connecting and making sure all that is in check.
Yeah. I'm actually a bit disappointed that today's Thursday. So I was like, oh, now I have to wait until Wednesday for my daughter to try the live.
Oh, how old is your daughter?
She's 4. So we
Cute.
forgot to mention how old the classes were for. They were from 4 to
Yeah.
12, right? So
4 to
she just
12.
made it.
4 to 12.
4 to 12. That's right. We divide them between age groups. So depending on age, sometimes we make certain exceptions for brothers and sisters that are in the same household, but
Yeah.
it kind of depends. We have some parents that want their kids to be in separate classes, so we get them in separate groups. The good thing about online is that we're super flexible when it comes to hours and times.
Yeah, that's true.
And we have a lot of parents that have asked us for different times that suits them for their needs right now. So we do morning, we can do afternoon. We can even do weekends if that's what they need right now. So online.
We're actually exploring now to start. We do a summer camp every summer, and we're gonna do like we're gonna do 2. We're gonna try our best, depending on the government and what happens there. Try our best to do a summer camp with less kids, so like a maximum of 12 to 15 kids. Normally we have like max of 30 with a team. But so it'll be a limited kids, and then we do exactly the same thing. It's like games, and then at the end on Friday of the end of the week they do a show. So this time round, with all this going on, it would be like 12 to 15 kids and do exactly the same thing. But also at the same time, you can do an online camp as well.
Yeah.
So same thing, but online. So we're going to try that out starting this July.
Yes.
I believe. So that should be good.
So,
interesting to try.
Yeah. So just be like for the kids that maybe can't come, or if they can't travel out, but their parents are still working from home and they want them to have some kind of like activity in the morning. We're designing currently now our virtual summer camp, which will be like it will be like a definitely shorter camp.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. If it won't be like a 9 to 12 camp, I'm guessing, right?
Normally, our camp normally is like from like 8 drop off, so we start around 9:30 to 4.
We do
with a lunch
and all that.
So
like a full day. Yeah.
Online definitely is going to be.
Yeah, it'll be like a 3-hour morning kind of camp. Something there'll be different activities with different monitors still, and they'll kind of like.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so they'll be going into like different parts of the activity, like the dance rehearsal and now the games, and then this, and so we still have all that. We're still designing and setting it up, but we're really excited about having that work as well. But yeah, it'll definitely be reduced hours because it's not the same as being there in person.
Okay, so yeah, that was like really fun talking to you guys and hearing about your story. I'll just quickly check. Okay, there are no questions. So if anyone has any more questions, just write them down. In the video description, I will also tag their Facebook page, Act Out. It's a long one, right? It's like Act Out Workshop Talleres en Inglés or something. Yeah, I'll put it on the video description. So yeah, you can easily find them and send them a message if you want to sign up for their classes, if you want to join. What is your Instagram account?
It's at Act Out Talleres.
Okay.
Act Out Talleres all together.
Okay.
And that's the same for our Twitter.
For Twitter and Facebook, Act Out Talleres.
Yeah.
The only difference is our website is actoutwork.com.
Okay. So I'll put all of that in the video description so everyone can find you.
Perfect.
Great.
And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It was really fun.
We'll see you Wednesday live.
Yeah, we'll see you Wednesday, 7:15.
Hope to see everyone on Wednesdays.
Yeah, everyone on their Instagram page. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having us.
It was really nice having you. And thank you so much again also to everyone who's watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Great. Thanks. Bye, guys.